Okay. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of FanCastic, the FanCasting podcast, where we fancast all your favorite fantasy, romantasy, and fiction. My crown is slipping. I am your host, Loretta.
And I'm your other host, Emily, and my crown is not slipping.
No, that means you're higher than me. Well, it's because I have my headphones on, too, and my bat wings are pushing my sunshine crown forward. And why are we wearing crowns? None of your business. Okay.
Don't ask questions. We're wearing crowns.
We're wearing them. You might see us wear them in person someday. Somewhere. But we're very gilded today and very shadowed today for a reason, because we motherfucking lied to all of you.
Sorry. We had like really good intentions and then we didn't do.
So here's what happened.
What happened?
What happened was we read Spark of the Everflame. We both really like it. Then we jumped into the rest of it while I'm reading Plated Prisoner, and it just makes sense to just finish Plated Prisoner and then move into Spark of the Everflame. It does not make sense to kind of go back and forth with you guys. So we had a little business meeting.
We put our little planning hats on and we very LA got our little lappy tops out at a coffee shop.
And then we got yelled at.
We did get yelled at. It's very rude.
So rude. Shout out Boy and the Bear.
Here's the thing. There are so many coffee shops in LA that if you are not at 100, I will just go to the next one because there's one a block away from you.
What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Anyways, our schedule, this is part of the reason why our schedule was a little all over the place, too, is like we just like follow the vibe.
We are both vibe-based readers, and that translates into vibe-based yappers.
Yappers.
And we just like to yap about whatever occurs to us.
Yeah. So we did give you 2 episodes, a recap and a fan cast of the first 2 books of Plated Prisoner. We've since made contact with the Raven Kennedy herself. So we were like, all right, let's just follow this vibe. And then we will pivot to Kindred Curse and bring Penn Cole into the picture, who, bitch, I'm really liking your work a whole bunch.
Is this the talk about what we're currently reading?
Let's do it. Perfect transition.
Because I have a bone to pick with Penn Cole.
Oh, girl, what is it?
I'm a little bit ahead of you, and I just finished Heat of the Everflame, and I only started reading these because I was under the impression that book 4 was coming out in July, and that would be a manageable time to wait. And
shout out Jamie, that girl that reads. You lied to us all.
Yes, and in her defense, she apologized in the comments when Penn Cole called her out, but apparently that's not happening, and I'm sorry that got spread around, and that's not true. But I am devastated to learn that book 4 does not have a release date because the end of book 3 is fucking wild. Like, what do you mean other people have read this like years ago and they're still waiting? Like, it's crazy. I know you're getting there, so we'll do like a redacted version, but like literally so many things happen at the end.
When did these books come out? Because I do feel like Spark of the Everflame came out like a while ago. Like probably when Guild had come out. Guild had like first come out in like 2021.
Heat of the Everflame, Kindred's Curse book 3 has been out since 2023.
Holy shit.
Which means people have been living with this knowledge that I only recently have in my head for like 3 years. Really 2.5 years because it came out in the fall. I would be going crazy.
Yeah, because
so much. Yeah.
All those same people are the same people who have been waiting for Sarah J. Maas to put something out.
And like, I guess I kind of understand it because I'm also on the like reading Fourth Wing live bandwagon, which also ends with cliffhangers. But like, this cliffhanger is a pretty big deal. I messaged in my like book club Slack channel at work, and I was like, I need an emotional support hug. Will somebody please come to my office?
Oh my God.
It's so stressful.
What's crazy is like I actually cannot even fathom where it's going because I'm on chapter 15 of Glow, the Everflame. I'm doing our Plated Prisoner audio and then whatever. Both on Glow. Great. I don't know where it would go that would leave on such a cliffhanger that would make you so distressed.
It's like, okay, redacted. Like, female main character, DM, ends the book. Like, the book is ramping up to the end. I'm like, okay, we got 15 minutes left. I understand where it's going. And she's in this pickle. And I'm like, okay, the pickle is the end. This is the cliffhanger of, like, how she's going to get out of the pickle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a death. And it's a very emotional death. And then there's another thing that happens. And, like, that is fucking insane. That, like, and I know that I'm trying really hard not to spoil what
Tell
it
me
is.
nothing. Tell me nothing.
Telling you nothing. But, like, if this thing happened to, like, a side character, the result would be really clear. But because it happened to the female main character, you're like, wait. Because she has all these, not because she's a female main character, but you learn that she has a lot of, like,
things
stuff that would prevent this from being bad.
Yes.
But you don't quite know how we're going to get there. And so she is in not only the original pickle dealing with the death, but now she's in a second pickle that really I just cannot see my way.
That's crazy.
So
I feel like...
Sorry, I yelled a lot.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yell. This is what this is for. This is our ranting recaps of our Instagram bio. I think that's where I wrote that. I feel like Penn has been so underestimated. Or something. Or maybe because the books have been out for a while, we missed the hype.
I don't know what it is, but when you gave me Spark of the Everflame and you're like, we should read this, I was like, meh. I, like, had no desire to read it. And, like, every other book I've read recently, I've been like, oh, yeah, I need to read that. Like, a lot. I had no attachment to it.
Yeah.
And I've said this to other people where, like, the like, checkpoints of the plot and the, like, general things that happen are not particularly revolutionary. Like, the things are pretty
basic.
It's pretty standard fare for this genre.
Classes, all that.
Something about it that just, like, really has me invested.
Bro.
It's so good. I can't wait to talk about it. I'm so happy we deviated and we're talking for finishing Plated Prisoners, so you have more time to finish.
Yeah.
And so I genuinely don't know who to cast as DM, so I'm really glad we have several weeks. I gotta do some deep dives into Platinum Blonde actresses.
I'm so excited. Okay, that was our little reading recap. We're both reading Spark of the Everflame series, Kindred Curse. Different parts, you're all caught up. I'm getting caught up, and you've already finished Plated Prisoner. I'm trucking through. I'm about, I'd say, a good third way of the through of Glow. It's a biggie.
Yeah.
This is a biggie.
Getting bigger and bigger.
Wow. And I've really enjoyed this one. The books do get better and better.
We do, for sure.
And I think this is like a something that we'll touch on as we get into our main event, which is our recap of Gleam.
Yeah. I have it here so we can fact check ourselves.
Yes, and
we need to.
I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of notes to remind myself, and we do have an outline in front of us to hold us accountable because 8 million things happen in this. First impressions. Changed the game for me. This is where I first locked in and I started to... RN still drives me mental. I do not love her. I do not hate her. But I do not love her. But as I'm learning about her, I am starting to empathize with her more. And I think that is how things should be written. If you give me a character on a silver platter and say, this is female character, love her, I'm going to say, I don't fucking know anything about her. No. But if you're like, this is the female character and you're going to gradually learn about her over the series of this many books that are probably, respectfully, Raven, a little bit improperly paced, you're going to hold my attention more. So, for me, Gleam had me, locked in. And I think I texted that to you. I was like, oh,
we're going now.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
game changer.
Yeah.
Hello. Do you feel like it was like that for you, too, with the series when you were
Oh,
first
for
reading
sure.
it?
I say this to people when I bully them into reading the series, which is if you can get to, I don't generally like saying, just watch the first season, and if you still don't like it, then stop. I'm not giving you a first season's worth of my time. And I generally wouldn't say that about books, but I do try to encourage people to get to the end of book 2, because I think the 2 cliffhangers there are not even cliffhangers, but like 2 revelations that you get are really just spark everything in motion. For this one, I had already started to really love Auren. I think in the first couple books, she's not difficult to empathize with female main character because obviously we see Midas's abuse for what it is, but like trying to remember that she doesn't see it that way and like watching her. This is sort of like why it's the same reason I love slow burn romances. Like this to me is a slow burn character development of like seeing her start to realize he's getting me presents so I stay put, not because he loves me. Like seeing her like connect those dots and like really being in her mind of like undoing this abuse cycle that she's been in and like little moments of standing up to him and then like him responding with violence and anger and her being like, cool, see, so that was a test and you failed and I'm gonna run away. And I really like watching that happen. And then obviously we get all of this political intrigue. I love the politics of this book. I think all of the people we meet are really good. It's really cool to see all of the main characters in the same space, like the Wrath and all of the kings and queens and Auren.
And the other saddles and stuff
Yeah,
coming into like
here, like everybody's in the same spot, so we get to see how they interact together.
You're like seeing everyday life, even though everyone's like not in their own correct kingdom.
Right.
You're like seeing everyday life of everybody. And so it's like the first 2 books were like, there's these worlds and all these peoples and all the chaos. And then this is like the dust was settling. And so you're like, oh, got it.
Yeah. And then like obviously we get one of the best like spicy scenes that I have ever read fucking finally in this book. And it's unreal. I will talk about it when we get to that point of the book.
We're going to kind of go through like a rundown, guys, of like the recap because of what we did with Guild and Glint, the first 2, we're doing that with the rest of these. And like all of our episodes going forwards, guys, they're pretty big books that we want to do everything justice. We want to do the recap of like what we read and really give the book its moment. And then we want to come back and do the fan cast for these larger books. Now, there are some books that are smaller, like the first book of Spark of the Everflame, where we'll do both because we'll have time to do that. But these, I feel like Gleam, it needs its own moment. So this is just the recap episode, guys. If you were expecting the fan cast, I don't know what to tell you. It's going to say recap on everything you're clicking. So open your eyeballs respectfully.
Really get it together.
Really get it together here. Like you got 2 queens in your presence. Do you want to start us off with our rundown?
Yeah. Okay. So the book starts with the first of many flashbacks to Auren's youth. She is a sex trafficking victim in a town called Durfort Harbor.
Durfort Harbor.
City.
Why does it sound like the rural juror?
Durfort
Harbor. We're off to a great start. Jump in at any time, she said. Okay.
I did, and I regret it. So we meet her, and she's under the employ of, what did we decide his name was? Zakir West.
Zakir West.
We had to look that up before we started filming. But his name is Zakir West.
Yeah.
And we find out that there's another sex trafficker named Barden East who wants Auren to be in his little slew of other sex trafficking victims. And then we come back to real time, and it is right after the end of book 2 in Auren's chambers when we find out that Rip is slayed. And they're alone together, and nothing happens. But Auren, our baby girl, be spiraling. She does not know how to handle this.
He brings those guards back to life, though.
Yeah. So he like entered her room at the end of book 2, killed all the guards with his rot magic, and then in this one, she was like, I don't really like that you killed them. Valid. And he was like, oh, okay. And then like sucks the rot magic out of them.
Yeah.
And this is important foreshadowing because it comes back later in the book.
Sure do.
They
Mhm.
sure do. Foreshadowing, baby.
Mhm.
Literature. Okay, so baby girl is spiraling. Her time in Fourth Kingdom really, like, emboldened her, and she is trying, baby steps, to stand up to King Midas, and she says
Mhm.
things like, "Please, like, you are not locking me in this room. I will not be gilding nothing for you." And then that, like, kinda doesn't work. He gaslights her, and she's trying, okay? She's a victim. She has a lot of, like, abuse to undo, and she is trying to stand up to him, but
Mhm.
she does end up in the cage, and she does end up gilding the whole castle for him
Oh,
because, as we learned previously, Midas got no magic, and he has to steal Auron's magic.
that lying little fucking shit.
What a
Uh,
fucking shit
Of course, a
bag,
man is stealing what a woman has,
right? What a fucking
bitch.
boo bag.
Her realizing it is like, I honestly was applauding her because that felt like a pretty fucking quick turnaround for a years of abuse and gaslighting victim to all of a sudden go, oh, bitch, I'm awake.
Yeah, hello? Oh,
Yeah.
he locked me in a cage? Maybe
Hmm.
that's not for my own protection. Which to, like, us, dear reader, seems pretty obvious, but, like,
Yes.
she was I love the flashbacks in this for their also foreshadowing, but also just to, like, fully imbue the reader with the knowledge of how much Auron is overcoming,
Yes.
in book 3 and beyond.
And
Um,
you care for her in a way
yes.
because you see her now as this child who she's a street performer and then
Mhm,
she hits puberty and she
mhm.
knows
Yeah.
as soon as that happens her work is about to change
Mhm.
and you just have this knot in your stomach within like that first like, chapter,
Yeah.
and anytime it comes back to her with those flashbacks you're like, damn dude, you're just a kid
Mhm.
still,
Yeah. Do
like
we know
there's
how old she is in these books?
Um, okay, so she's 25
Okay.
in Guild. I think she says something where she like hits 15. I think she
So
says it's like
10 years
15.
of being a sex
Abuse.
trafficking victim and Midas's
Favored saddle and used for her power and manipulated, and it's like 10 full years of that before she goes, "Oh shit."
oh shit.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, so I even referred to this mere moments ago as, like, a slow burn character development, but honestly, she's been doing this pretty quick of, like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm so proud of my baby girl.
Yeah.
Okay, bullet points. We wrote them down so we don't get off track.
Yes.
Mist is pregnant. Mist is another saddle. She is such a little twat. And she is pregnant with Midas's baby. And Midas decides to write a little letter to his queen Melina, who's still off in Fourth Kingdom, and say, hey, go lock yourself in the castle for 6 months because you're going to raise this baby as your own because you're barren. And you're just going to have this baby from this prostitute that I knocked up and
Yep.
deal with that. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Also, you put that in writing, you stupid
You stupid
asshole.
asshole. You wrote that down
You wrote that down
and attached
knowing
it to a bird.
people read it. And so people are like, it's not him, it's your fucking fault. He got someone else pregnant, so it's your fault
So
that
it's
you
your
can't
fault.
make an
Yeah.
heir. And she was like, cool, so now I'm basically rendered useless.
Yeah.
Thank you. Which he did on purpose because he's a dickhead.
Yeah. Okay. While that's all happening, Auron getting her little sneaky sneak on.
She is.
She's
That
just
bitch,
sneaking
she
around.
just sneaking around the castle. There was like one point where I wrote down where I was like, does anyone care that Arnon's out around anymore? Oh wait, yeah, no,
Guess not. So
guess
she must
not.
be sneaking and snooking around.
She's trying to hop the wall and
Yeah, and she
falling.
forges an alliance with Rissa, and she's like, "Yo, we gotta get out of here. We're gonna leave." And Rissa's like, "Give me $1,000,000." Basically, she's like, "Turn a bunch of stuff to gold, and then I
Yep.
will help you. I will leave with you, and we'll go together."
And I'm bringing my friend Polly.
My friend Polly, who's also kind of a twat, but in her defense, is on drugs, and that
Yes.
is not her fault. Addiction is an illness, even in fantasy worlds, and
Yes.
it's not her fault. And I'm glad that we saved Polly,
Yes.
sort of.
Yes.
She's also insufferable.
Mhm.
Um, Speaking of being insufferable, Queen Melina,
Yes.
still not really doing it in this book. She is so self-absorbed and so out of touch.
Why is
Uh,
she so mean to Geo?
She's so mean to that poor little baby boy. Spoilers
Like,
for a couple bullet points from now, but that poor little baby boy who dies trying to
yes.
save this bitch who is so mean.
He literally sacrifices himself after she's like, "You're nothing more than a whore" to him. And he was like, "I will die for you."
I'll die for you.
I was like, "You
Yeah.
ugh."
And all of that
Horrible.
happens just to, it's really hard to stay on plot and not just talk about vibes.
Yeah.
All of that happens because Melina tells Midas to fuck off. I'm not raising your bastard child. And Midas says, cool, I just met this ghost shadow assassin dude. And I'm going to send him to Fourth and he's going to kill you. And I'm going to tell everybody that you're done. So she loses her kingdom and everybody thinks that she was assassinated. So she does not have any control over Sixth Kingdom anymore. She is on the run with little baby Geo and assassin who, I don't know if you know this yet, but his name is Domic. We learn a little bit more about him.
Yeah. He's the one who keeps kind of like telling her these like visions and thingies and stuff. Yeah. And yes.
Four. Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, we learn a little bit more about him, but I'll just say now that his name is Domic, so we don't have to keep calling him a shadow assassin.
Yeah.
But he is interesting.
He's tricky.
He's tricky. We don't really know what he's up to.
And like everyone rioted at the palace too. Like they were like, "You have all this gold," and so the woman from Glint, that woman that shows up, that's like, "How dare you? Like you haven't given us anything. You have your gilded palace, and this is the life that we lead. You dumb queen." And you'd think that would wake Queen Melina up to go, "God, like I should do something." No, it doesn't. And so a riot starts and takes over, and it's kind of perfect timing for what Midas wanted anyways.
Yeah, Midas is getting a little bit lucky in the beginning of this book.
He sure is.
Not good. We don't like it. We're having really good segues because I was about to say, speaking of riots, we meet Riot.
Literally, I was just about to be like, oh my
Riot! So we meet Riot, who is Slade's half-brother.
Yes.
And he's also fake Rip. Because Slade is obviously Rip and Slade. Sometimes Rip and Slade have to be in the same place at the same time. And so Riot is fake Rip when Slade is being Slade.
Right. And that is in this one, and I fully missed it.
Really?
Yeah. They had said his name, and he had called him brother before, and I thought he was being like...
He also calls Osric and Judd brother. So, like, understandable confusion.
And so I was confused. Yeah. So it was like, it's talked about.
So we learn about Drollard Village, which is in Deadwell. And it's in Fifth Kingdom. Yes. But it's on the border of Fourth Kingdom. And in the negotiations between Slade and Midas about, like, are we going to war or not? What are we doing? The only thing Slade asks for, is Deadwell. And everybody's like,
nothing's there.
Nothing. Why? And honestly, at that, I was like, boy, you showed your hand, because they don't think anything's there. So they're going to go, look, Slade.
Yeah, duh.
Maybe you want like a bunch of stuff, like a big area of land.
Yeah.
And not this tiny little cave neighborhood on the mountain where all of the most important things to you are.
Yes. That maybe there's like a swirly blue castle in a cave, but we won't know until Glow.
Nobody will know.
I do know. I know now.
I'm so happy. I will say, just in case anybody is listening who has also read all of the books, I am talking about these books with only the knowledge that Loretta has. There have been a couple things that I've said so far that I'm like, I don't like that I said that, but it's a spoiler.
And it probably went right over me because I don't know yet.
But I'm trying really hard because you always make fun of me for doing spoilers, and I'm...
Listen, it's made... I don't make fun of you. It's like out of love. It's like my favorite quality about you, because you just love... You love it so much. It's so endearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is just a love podcast.
We really adore
love each other
so much.
So much. Okay.
And we love these books. Okay.
Drollard Village. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so he wants Drollard Village, and Midas is like, well, obviously I'm going to go see what that is. And then there's a dinner with all of the kings and queens, and, well, not all of them, but Midas, Slade, fake Rip. He makes Arin come be a puppet and like perform, and it's gross. And then this is also when we meet Queen Kyla, who is the queen of, I want to say Third Kingdom. And she has a fucking freaky power where she can manipulate voices, and she can make it sound like people are whispering. Like, she can, like, project her thoughts as, like, other people's voices, so you can think that, like, people are talking shit about you, and, like, they're not. They literally didn't even open their mouth. And she can also make her voice really loud and scare
And
people.
she hears people talking quiet secrets. She picks
Yeah,
it up.
it's creepy.
But she talks about her power like she's not proud of it because it's not a physical
Yeah.
manifestation power like rot and gold and those things. And so
Mhm.
she like feels less than that her power is not good. And she kind of talks about that a little bit. Like when we get to it, there's like kind of
Mhm.
like a girl to girl, like a girl chat. And
Mhm.
she is
Mhm.
very open about that. And I was like, wow, I like how this character is I super liked how that character was written. Like a lot.
You hang on to that. And then, at the dinner, we also meet Manu, who is Kyla's brother.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'm
so gay.
obsessed with Manu and his husband, and we love him, and they're great. And he's also sort of Kyla's advisor,
Hmm.
and that's sort of it there.
Which I'm like, it's your brother, which is great, but I don't know. He feels pretty pushy. I
He's a little
red
pushy.
flag came up. I was like, you're really pushy.
Yeah.
Like you are
He
very
has a lot
pushy.
of opinions.
Sure does. I wrote down that the dinner scene was so fucked up.
And there's also a weird thing where, like, Riot has to carry her to the harp because she refuses to play.
And it's like and Midas like does like a trick of the hand.
Yeah, they have worked out this, like, sleight of hand magic where he'll touch a goblet and she'll, like, touch the bottom of the goblet, so she turns it gold, but it looks like he turns it gold, and I guess everybody in this kingdom is fucking blind because I don't really know, like, how they did, like,
Same.
I I need to see the video proof of concept Raven Kennedy because I
Same.
have questions about the sleight of hand magic.
Yes.
And then it also, like, doesn't work because Arin's just like, "No.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not playing this game
She's like,
anymore."
I'm not doing this for you anymore. You can
Uh,
fuck right off. I love that vibe and kind of wish she like wrote it off to the sunset right away, but I think that then the book would have finished
yeah.
300
I
pages
think she got
sooner.
scared, and also, like, she's starting to, like, really care about Slade, and
Yeah.
Midas suspects that she's banging Rip, which is not happening, and also that's the same person. Um,
He don't know. He too
but
stupid.
he's dumb.
He
Very
dumb.
dumb. I think she also backs off because she doesn't want him to hurt. She doesn't know who fake Rip is at this point, but she doesn't want anybody to be hurt on her behalf, so I think
For
that's
sure.
why she backs off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy dinner scene.
Crazy dinner scene, and then RN still be snorking around. There's like a vocal stim I'm getting from Parks and Rec that's like sneaking and snorking.
Sneak snorking.
It's something Amy Poehler said. The sneaker has become the snort.
Okay.
I don't know
I
what it means.
listen, man. I support you.
Yeah, thanks so much. Okay, so she be sneaking, and
Okay.
then she falls out of her turret, and her ribbons catch her. In a scene that's really giving like Doc Octopus from Spider-Man, like all of her ribbons just being like, ugh,
Listen, the Spider-Man trailer came out today, so that feels relevant. It sure did.
relevant.
Yep.
And then Lou finds her and is like, "What,
Bitch, what are you doing?
Why are you hanging from your turret?"
Yes.
And then finally, Arin gets down, and then they sneak out because, shocking, Lou has magic, just like a little bit, and she can make people not look at her, which is fun when you're
Mhm.
trying to be sneaking and snorking.
Yeah.
And then they go to this. I got off track. The bullet points didn't help. That
That's
all
okay.
happened after the sundown scene.
No, I think it happens before.
It does.
You're
Okay,
right.
great. Because there's
Because
that scene. There's a scene around the fireplace.
yes, so that's the first scene where you think something's going to happen, where he brings her in from being tired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So her powers don't work at nighttime
Yes.
and you're safe.
Mhm.
And so she sneaks around. She
Yeah.
tries to like sneak around during the day, at night, be safe, whatever.
And Midas has made a rule that no one is allowed to touch Arin, and he does it from a, like, possessiveness, like, nobody touches my girl kind of thing, but it's
Yeah.
also because she will kill them if they touch her bare
Right.
skin.
Right.
And that would he doesn't, I don't think, care about their lives, but does care about his secret, and that
Yes.
would.
Yes. And she climbs, she leaves and like falls out of her turret and like falls out
Mhm.
of that wall or whatever
Yeah.
and catches herself. I believe it's after the dinner scene because she's real confused and pissed about how like fake Rip carried her over and actual King Rot Slade did fucking nothing. Like she was like, wait a second, like something felt weird. And so I think she goes to be with them to like search for answers of like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I think you're right. There are also multiple trips to the army camp. Like they be going back and forth.
Which I found, this is where I did get a little confused in this book because of that. Because it was like, you can't go anywhere, you can't touch anything, you have to do all these things. And you got guards on you, but she's like, doo-dee-doo, I'm gonna go hop over this wall. And there's no one else monitoring this camp of enemies.
I think that I don't have an answer for of monitoring the camp, except I would say that like they are technically in peace talks. So there might be like if you put guards on my camp, I'm not going to peace treaty talk with you anymore.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like her room, I got the impression she was going out of like a 4-story window, like insanely high. Most people don't know she has ribbons and that they have a mind of their own. So like there's no way she would get out of the window. And then also once Midas starts figuring it out, there is a guard on the
down
ground.
there. Yes, that's right. She does see like no one's been out there before. Like,
oh shit.
Damn it. I do think it's crazy that she is fully made of gold and nobody's watching the castle to a point to go, the fuck is that?
What's that gold thing fucking rappelling down the turret?
What's that gold bitch doing? Why's she doing that every day at 4?
Or maybe like Lou starts to always get her. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Something, yes. There were definitely some holes in those things. But again, vibe read, I was like, I'm gonna look past it.
If I kick my little feet and giggle, like it's a 5-star read. And boy, was I kicking my little feet.
Yeah. I was like, I want you to get to the camp. Go back over there, girl. And she does. Yeah.
And then, are we at?
And then I think it's time.
Is it time for the sundown scene?
I think it's time to talk about the sundown scene.
The sundown scene it's my second favorite scene in the whole trilogy. Or the whole, what's a 6 trilogy called? A sextrology?
I'll call it a series. Feels safe.
I think it's going to be like an sex word. Not because of sex, but because I think that's the like Latin derivative of 6. Like a sextant. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
Feels right for this series.
Yeah. Feels good. It is my second favorite spicy scene in the entire series.
Okay.
And it is also the first spicy scene that I've read that flips to the male main character's point of view.
I did not know that was going to happen.
I didn't spoil it for you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself.
I did not know that was going to happen.
It's incredible.
So the spicy scene, you think this, okay, so there's a teaser. You think the spicy scene is going to happen after she has gilded the castle. And this is like pre-dinner scene. Sorry, guys, we're going a little bit back. She's gilded the castle. She's tired as fuck. He carries her. You guys may remember this from our last episode. He carries her.
I'm a little certain this happened in book 2. It does. It happened in book 3.
And he takes care of her. He gets her food. He gets her tea. He like has her sit by the fireplace and like they just talk.
And they have a really funny exchange of dialogue where she's super tired in his arms and he says, "You are very floppy." And she says, "You are very hard." And he says, "You have no idea."
Yes. Like it's like it's cutesy so little like and I appreciated that. And then she says like something about like a veiny dick or whatever. Yeah. And I think that is part of the sundown scene because he has her undress.
We should explain the sundown scene a little bit, right? Of like, Lauren cannot be touched until the sun has set. Even
or
like
she will turn you to gold.
Positively touched. Like she cannot control it.
Cannot touch
will
anything.
Turn to gold.
Think Elsa from Frozen, but
so
gold.
She comes to Slade's room slightly before sundown. And whatever are they to do before the sun sets?
Okay. And she doesn't go there to be like, knock, knock. I'm here. Yeah. That bitch is snooping around. She's sneaky snorking around.
She is sneak snorking. I want to find that Parks and Rec clip and send it to you.
Yeah. She's sneak snorking. This was my favorite part of the book She's got her squirrely little ribbons rolling around in his black satin sheets.
It smells so good.
Because it smells like him, and her ribbons are like, we love him.
And then she turns his pillow solid gold and it breaks through the bed.
And she's like, fuck. And he's like, hey, what are you doing in my room? And she's
Why
like,
are
oh,
you
bitch.
in my bedroom?
Yeah, like, she's like, she gets so nervous. And it's so, I think this is what makes it so good, is like, because you love a slow burn, I love a slow burn. Normally, the spicy scenes, it's a slow burn and then spicy scene. Yeah. No, it's slow burn, slower burn, like teaser, slower burn, and then it finally happens. And then even as it's finally happening, it was 3 chapters.
Yeah. It's long. Yeah.
That's what she said. 3 chapters. And it was because of the sun down. Like, you were like, he's like, I want to, and I can't. So he has
like,
her
sitting in a chair, like death gripping the arms of the chair. It's so good. It's really great.
And she's like standing there. Okay, I have two qualms with this scene, and that was it.
Okay.
1, he has her undressed. Now, this is my one qualm that I would really like you to change my mind on.
Okay.
Now, he knows a bit about Aaron. Obviously, she is like a sex worker and has notoriously been looked at as an object. I found it very interesting that their first sexual interaction together is him sort of objectifying her.
I suppose.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And it's not in a way that made me like mad or icky, but it was in a way that I was like, oh, I kind of wish he would have been like, what do you want to do? What do you want to show me? What you lead. But instead it was a undress for me. I'm going to sit here and watch you. And then he just stares at her until he's allowed to touch her. And I get that it's tension building, but it was a little bit confusing to me as the reader who is now even more aware of her trauma in this book to then have that first interaction be him kind of objectifying her, which, listen, I don't mind a good objectifying.
I think there's like to me, there's a little bit of a difference, and I was trying to think of the word I want to use while you were talking, and I don't know that I came up with it, but like, to me, objectifying is against the will of the person that you're objectifying.
Okay.
And then there's like appreciating what you're seeing in front of you. Okay. And I see it as that. And I think there's a lot of spicy scenes between the two of them where he also sort of realizes how little agency she ever had in any previous sexual encounter. Obviously, none of them were consensual, but like him he sort of wants to reclaim that for her and like give her agency. My second favorite scene, which you are getting very close to because it is in book 4, in a carriage. Get ready for that.
Okay, Bridgerton.
In a carriage, but I think I didn't see it that way. I saw it as him giving her, like, I'm not just going to lay you down on this bed and have my
way with you. Yeah.
I want to see you. I want to take you in, and I want you to feel comfortable doing it, because she also doesn't do what she's told. Like, he says, like, undress for me, and she doesn't do that. Or she'll, like, flip her hair in front of her tits so you can't see them.
You can't see it.
And I think I see it as a little bit more, I want to see all of you because I love you and I, like, cherish all of you. And when he even says, like, when I say I want you, I mean mind, body, and soul. Like, I want all of you and I appreciate every, like, inch of you. And that is how I interpreted that scene. But I can see it your way as well.
Okay, no, that makes sense, though.
Yeah.
It was like the only thing, and it wasn't like a, wait a second, like, mad. It was just kind of like a,
You're definitely not the only one that feels that way. Like, a lot of people, especially like that I have seen, I was looking through some Reddit threads to see if there were any like hot takes to bring to this. And a lot of people, not a lot, a couple of people have said that, like, he's very presumptuous to say, like, when we're like, okay, if you say you're choosing me, this is what that means. But they also explain it. he talks about it a little bit later. I don't know if you've gotten there yet, about this, like, actually it doesn't matter because it's very common in fantasy books of the, like, fey nature being pretty, like, animalistic.
Okay.
So he talks about that as well of, like, yeah, okay.
Ma'am, our transitions this time are so the fuck spot on. We're
Crushing
so
it.
in sync because I was going to say I did already get there in this next book.
To the carriage?
Not to the carriage.
Okay, I was like,
I've gotten
when
to
you got to the carriage?
I've gotten to the cave.
Oh, the cave is so good.
The first Fae on Fae like interaction, and it is so animalistic, and she is straight up like screaming and is like,
that cave. There's
she's like
sex scenes in a cave. Sorry, but yes, they're all so good.
She's like, make it powerful. I don't want it to feel good. I want it to hurt. I want you to just go, like, bite me and like scream. And they're just like at each other out of pure animalistic nature.
Yeah.
I liked that more than I liked this.
She's also in that scene, though, like, actively trying to punish herself for killing Midas.
And maybe, you know, that's a thing to talk about with my therapist. But I was like, oh, okay, girl.
You're not wrong.
There was something about her power and her blatantly speaking of what she wanted.
Yes.
In that moment that I was like, and
that
him being like, I will give you whatever you want. I'm going to give it to you because you want it and you're asking for it. And I was like, oh. Now I don't want to spoil what's happening, guys, but that happens in this next book and it's very early. So, and it doesn't give anything away. Obviously they're fucking, like, hello.
Yeah. I also just want to specify there are several spicy scenes in a cave, and I definitely thought you were talking about a different one that happens in a couple of chapters later. And so when I was saying I really love that scene, I do love the one that you're talking about, but there is another one that I would put in my top 3, which is the sundown scene, carriage scene, second cave with a pool scene.
Okay. Haven't gotten to a cave with a pool. This is the first cave in a blizzard. I like them together. Did they break his bed?
They sure did. Yeah, they broke it in half. Yeah.
Sure did. They broke his bed here in this first one. Then, so here's where, so I loved this scene. I loved the details. I loved the squirreliness of her ribbons. I love what happened. And I know you've been like waiting to like fully talk about this scene for so long. So I will let you go off on it too. There was something about it, about the aftermath of it, that I was like, how does Midas not know?
Yeah. I think, well, also because a lot of times in these books, people know because they can smell it, and Midas is decidedly human. And
so
he
doesn't have any power, so he don't really know.
I think that Midas is so unbelievably narcissistic that it doesn't occur to him that she would be fucking somebody else in his castle.
Yeah.
I don't think that even, I think when he's mad at Fake Rip, he thinks that Fake Rip is putting the moves on Arin. It never occurs to him that Arin would be interested in obviously Arin only loves Midas in Midas's mind. And I think he's just so willfully ignorant out of his own narcissism that it doesn't even cross his mind.
Because I was like, dude, she's definitely going to have a new pep in her step after this shit. Yeah. And like, to be fair, he ends that pep in her step pretty quickly.
You sure do.
Sure do. You haven't gotten to really talk about this scene, though, and how much you love it.
I think that we covered it. I mean, I think,
perfect.
Yeah, I think it's great. I actually loved seeing her like have her moment in a sex like in having sex, like own herself a little bit, because the flashbacks that we see are all like just lay down on the bed, and like so getting her to like, in the same way that we're slow burning her character growth in terms of like standing up to her abuse, I think we're slow burning her character growth in terms of owning her own body and her own autonomy. And like, I just thought that was a really lovely contrast to a lot of the other scenes that we see of her.
And apparently they have a Fenty on site because she had some gold lace underwear that
she sure did. I was like, damn, girl. Okay. Yeah.
Where'd you get those, bitch?
I'm like, Where did you get those? You've lived in an army camp for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah. I said, where's
the Victoria's Secret where you got your panties?
Where'd you get those panties, girl?
But obviously, like, Midas probably bought them for her, so he
Sure.
can make her wear them against her will. But I also
Yes.
love that of, like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna wear them for the super hot king that I'm actively boning and
Hell
in
yeah.
love with.
That's true. Unless she was like wearing them and just hasn't washed them. I don't know what that time period is.
Don't ruin it for me. Don't sell me this.
Sorry. I was like thinking about it. I was like, wait, how long have you been wearing those?
Don't have those thoughts. Don't let the intrusive thoughts in. But I also just from a writing POV, I really like switching to Slade's point of view. Was driving on the 405 when that happened and was like, ah.
How did you not crash your car? I mean, I listened to mine
I don't know.
loudly in my work parking lot, but I was around no other cars, so it was fine.
Important to know that when I was in my actual car accident, was not listening to an audiobook. So all good.
Right. It was pretty his POV was pretty pornographic. Like
It's very forward. And
like,
it was fascinating to hear like the male character talk about like what they're doing instead of everything being done to the female main character, which is usually how the POVs work.
yeah.
And I loved it.
I did too. I appreciated that it felt very equality.
Yeah.
Of
women's
like,
rights.
Yeah, women's rights. Like and part
you
of the reason
too can get boned by a hot king.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
King rat. You want to get dicked down by by a king? Open up guild
for you. Yeah.
We don't call it plated prisoner for nothing.
We'll pretend it did and we'll move on.
If her Pied Piper book doesn't have a dude with like a pipe-sized like
if the Pied Piper isn't the sexy male main character, I don't know what we're doing, Raven.
If the Pied Piper isn't hung like a recorder, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna need the female or male main character love interest of the Pied Piper
love crossing swords
to like tootly doot that dick. I'm gonna
What's that song that we were all way too young to be singing? Whistle! The Whistle song. It came out when we were like toddlers. Yeah, that's gonna be the theme song to the Pied Piper book. Put the prop down, Laura.
Sorry. That can't go in here. That's gotta go. I gotta censor that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sweating.
I was gonna say my hair went up, so we are.
Ooh, girl, I'm getting a little warm. Okay. Back on track, bitches.
Bullet points. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we are.
All right.
Queen Kyla. Okay, so Arin, snorking. She's sneaking back in to the castle with Lou, and they are chatting about her little affair with Rip. And thank God they said Rip, because guess who's got her little listening ears out but Queen Kyla. Queen Kyla overhears them, and she's like, hey, girl, we're just going to have a little girl chat about the fact that you are having an affair with King Midas, who, BTW, I am betrothed to now because Queen Melina died. I forgot that happened.
Big ol' reveal.
Betrothed.
She goes, they have the dinner scene. Midas goes, hey, Queen Kyla, let's have a little chat.
Yeah.
A little chit chat. And then, Queen Kyla hears them whispering and is like, hey, girl to girl talk.
Hey,
heard you're fucking that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell anyone because I'm going to marry Midas because Queen Melina's dead. And Arin's like, she's, excuse me?
What?
What do you mean?
Arin's like, I never liked her, but like, that kind of bums me out that she's dead.
Like, he did that to her, and now she's really being like, oh my God, if he's willing to kill his queen, I'm fucked if he finds out what I'm doing. And then Queen Kyla's like, and also, that bitch he got knocked up, I'm gonna kill her too.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody, and you better not tell anybody about this. What does she want Arin to do? Just keep her mouth shut, right?
She wants Arin to keep her mouth shut.
And like go away eventually. Like she wants Arin to get out of Midas's life, right?
And then she's going to be like, and when all this happens, you're going to get the fuck out of here. And Arin's like,
Great.
Say less.
Said anyway. Say less.
Say less. I would like to go anyways. You cannot kill Mist. So she's very worried about it. I did feel like I wrote, what? Marriage? Girl to girl talk. Yay or nay? Oh my God, she was gonna kill her? Is this woman well? And then I wrote, oh cool, she can talk to burbs.
I don't know which woman you're referring to and is this woman well, but honestly, any of them. Like,
That's
and
Queen
the answer is
Kyla.
no. Like, yes.
Queen Kyla apparently
She's
has,
unwell.
she
Yeah.
can talk to
Birds.
ravens, like birds. It's very very dark witchy of her, which
It's giving the crow inning.
it is giving the crow
Giving
inning.
the crow inning.
Moira. And then she's like, so keep your mouth shut. So Aaron then runs to Mist. She's like, and I think doesn't she try to have tea with Rissa to be like, girl, here's what's going on.
She tries to get into the saddle wing and just be like, everybody's got to go. Like,
everyone has to leave.
This is going to die. Rissa, we got to get out of here. Bring
Yeah.
Polly, literally, if you must. But, like, bitch, we got to go.
And Midas is like,
Midas
no tea
there.
for you.
Like, Midas is in the saddle wing and drugs Aaron, tries to rape Aaron. Sorry, trigger warning. I think doesn't succeed. I think Aaron, like, punches him or something. Like, Aaron.
No. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Okay, so she goes to Mist. She tries to warn Mist. And Mist is like, she writes it down. Aaron's dumb. She writes it down and gives it to Mist and is trying to tell her, hey, get out of here. They're going to kill you. And then, big whole thing. I texted you this. Digby, Midas has had Digby this whole time and starts using it against Aaron. And so when he is like, why are you trying to hang out with these saddles? Didn't you want to be good? Don't you want to see Digby? Don't you want to see him? Also, sidebar, Midas takes out all of his daddy issues on the prisoners.
Yeah. And also like a random gardener or like builder? Architect? Unclear.
He's an architect.
Yeah.
He's an architect who reminds him of his dad who was building like statues. And he's like, he reminds me of my dad and I fucking hate my dad. Torture the shit out of him until he's dead. Okay, bye. Insane. Also, Midas is just a fucking human. He's really got everybody fooled. So because he's got Digby, that's where he goes to Aaron like, you fucked up. You want to see Digby? Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, and he brings her down there. Digby is like hanging on by a thread. She starts to like freak out and I was like, fuck you. And then he drugs her. And she's like, because he gives her food or drink or something when he's up with the saddles.
And he's with dew.
He's bringing her down there. And as he's bringing her to the dungeon, she's like, I don't feel well. The fuck is going on? And as she gets down there and sees Digby, she's like, holy shit. And then she's realizing something's wrong. And he drugs her. And like the guards are like grabbing at her. And then, he trigger warning, tries to rape her. And Digby's like trying to save her, but like he is like basically incapacitated. And then he brings her out and has Polly keep drug. Oh, he makes the guards shove more petals in her mouth.
Yeah, and there's also a scene where she has to like gild Kyla's clothes. Like she's like so drugged and he's making her like touch clothes.
Yes. So the guards like force more petals in so that they like transport her. Then she feels like the sheets or something. She feels like the bed. And she keeps talking about how there's like heat down below and stuff. And like because dew just makes you want to like fuck all the time.
It's Molly.
Yeah. It's like Molly being used as a date rape drug. And it is an addiction. Polly is addicted to it and the dopamine that comes from that. And then she's talking about she's feeling like shells and whatever. And she doesn't know what it is until the next time she sees Queen Kyla at this ball that's happening.
Before we get to the ball, because a really big thing happens, which is they're back in the cell with Digby and Aaron is trying to stand up to Midas. And she's drugged, so she can't
Yes.
do it very well. And Midas cuts off all of her ribbons with a sword, one by one. And we know that these ribbons have a mind of their own. They can move around. They're like cutting off 24 hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he cuts all of them off and leaves her just like bleeding, bloody mess from the back.
Literally hacked apart, fully butchered to the point where, in the current book I'm reading, characters won't even look at it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like afraid
It's
to.
horrible.
It's so
Even the
gruesome.
medic who we love, Hojat, is like,
Oh God. Yeah.
and this also made worse by the whole time she's like, where is Slade? Like, how does Slade not know that I'm in danger and is not coming to get me?
Which I felt that way too.
I did too.
I said, y'all have fucked. I feel like there should be some sort of bond where he senses you are in danger and something is going on. Where the fuck is he? And like, we don't see him again until this ball. I kept being like, where the fuck's your romance?
yeah,
Like, what's going
yeah,
on? Or is she so hidden that he doesn't know? Like, has he
hmm
captured? Like, what's
yeah,
going on?
yeah. You do find out, but I will not
Okay.
spoil.
Okay.
Okay, and then bleeding, bloody, drugged out of her mind, Arin is dressed up and forced to go to a ball and stand next to Midas, where Midas is also announcing his betrothal to Queen Kyla, and
Mhm.
also reveals a really, truly shocking plot twist that I did not see coming
Me?
at
Neither, girl.
all, which is that this whole time, Midas was Barden East, who was the other sex trafficker from Durford Harbor, uh,
Stiffer Herber.
from from back when she was a teenager.
Yes. The competitor.
Yeah, Zakir East was going to sell her to Barden. Zakir
West.
West was going to
Oh, yeah.
sell her to Barden East, and that was what inspired her to like run away and get on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's asking in her drugged out state to Midas, like, why did you pick me? Like, why did you ruin my life? And you realize that he's like always wanted her. Like, from the
Yeah.
moment that he saw her when she was 15 years old, this man has been obsessed with stalking her, chasing her,
Yuck.
needing to control her. And it's just so like
Yes. Grooming.
insidious that every terrible thing that has happened to
Mm-hmm.
Arin, including there's like another thing that you're going to learn. It's all Midas. And
This
it's
bitch
like,
cannot take
it,
anymore. Right before she realizes this, we get pushed to another flashback.
mhm,
She's running. She's got her coins. She's
mhm.
saved up enough coin to try to leave.
Get on a boat.
And
Yeah.
she sees these cerulean sails with the sun on
Mhm,
it and is like, I'm going to go there, wherever that
mhm,
is. Like, that's where I'm going to go. And I think it is Third Kingdom.
mhm. It is. You find that out. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know like the details of it, but I was like, oh, cerulean, like that matches Queen Kyla. And she is like going to go and sees Barden East
Mhm,
and is like, uh-oh. And he approaches her and is like, what are you doing here?
mhm,
Your guy is the Cure West.
mhm.
His goons are right behind you.
Yeah.
You either come with me or you're going back to him. And she was like, fuck no, I'm making my own path. So she runs,
Yeah.
jumps on a rowboat, and like the goons are like taking their shirts off and like ready to jump in and go after
Mhm.
her. And she's like, I have money, I can pay. Can I go with you guys? Please take me to your ship
Yeah.
and I will talk to the captain. And this woman is like, I am the captain.
Yeah.
How much money do you have? And she was like, enough.
Uh-huh.
Which I was like, smart. And that's
Mhm.
what like the pirate lady says.
Yeah.
She's like, smart. Don't tell
Mhm.
anybody. Like, okay, you can come with us.
Yeah.
So she goes, and you think she's free, and then he tells her,
Yeah.
I knew. Like, I knew the whole time.
I knew where you were going. I knew where you.
I knew exactly where to find you. And I found you, and I tricked you, and I created this whole plan. And she's supposed to be helping him, like, gild the ballroom as, like, a show.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to. And that's when he's like, listen here, you bitch.
Yeah. I
This
have
is what's
controlled
going on.
every minute of your life for the
Yes.
last decade, and
Yes.
I will fuck you up with this
Yes.
knowledge.
And it,
What
like,
an
shatters her world.
insidious little twat.
Little
I have
twat.
never hated a male character like I hate Midas. I
And there was something, in this ball scene, I was getting some real bad feelings for that little prince. I wrote, Ruh-roh, scared for the
Ruh-roh.
little prince.
And then the little prince kicks it.
Kicks it. Completely
Yeah.
poisoned. Like, hi, Queen
I have
Midas,
a small child, and then I was poisoned.
Yep, King Midas. He asks Arin to do the gilding, and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah. She's like, "No."
fuck no.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, fine then. You're ruining it for me.
I'm gonna
Like,
poison a
whatever.
toddler.
Yep.
I don't know how old
Poisons the
that is.
kid,
Yeah.
announces the betrothal of him and Queen Kyla, and they're all excited.
But he kills the kid with a poison that makes it look like rot. So he has framed
Right.
Slade Ravenger, who
Right.
is nowhere to be found,
Right.
as previously mentioned,
Yes.
which is crazy.
Which is
And
crazy.
all hell breaks loose.
And then I think Rip is there though. Like someone is watching her.
Slade shows up. So Slade, this is the scene that I know.
And this is the finale,
The
y'all.
finale when
We're
all
gonna wrap this
shit went
recap up.
So, like, Slade shows up from wherever he was, and Midas is like, he killed the prince, and Slade's like, literally, what the fuck are you talking about? I just got here. And Arin gets out of her drug state enough to publicly stand and put her body in front of Slade and say, do not touch him. I have had enough of your shit, King Midas. If you come anywhere near him, I will kill you. And I, like, could have lifted a car. I was so proud of her. It obviously doesn't go super well. Lots of shit happens. Throughout the book, she's referred to her magic as this like beast inside of her, which again, pretty common like romantic trope of this, like the beast rears its ugly head and this
the
is
voice, the nightmare, it's a
my
thing.
godhood, as you learn in Everflame, like the thing, the magic inside of you. Okay, so she is like, you touch Slade and I will end you. And then Midas grabs her, or he's like, okay, you can go. And everybody's like, well, must be too good to be true. And
This is unexpected.
Because she's trying to leave and he grabs her and puts a knife to her throat and it's going to kill her. And she releases all of her magic and she turns everything gold. Oh. What'd I miss?
But remember what he says to her?
Oh no, I probably blocked it out. Is it horrible?
When Slade goes, use your ribbons, and he says,
oh my God,
she's lost that privilege. And there's one little tiny ribbon wrapped around her wrist.
Slade like keeps it.
He keeps it, and he realized he didn't see.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
He said, use your ribbon, because he's been trying to train her how to fight.
Yeah, like
ribbons.
Use your ribbons, like you got this. And deflect, even though he's got a knife to your throat, and that's why he's like, come on, like, Arin, do it. Like, use your ribbons. And she can't say anything, and Midas said, yeah, she can't. She's lost that privilege. Yeah. And then she shatters.
Yeah. And the gold takes over everything. She demolishes the building. She kills guards. She kills dozens of people.
Kills Midas.
She kills Midas. And it just like goes in his mouth and it drowns him.
It, like, melts everything. Yeah. Too.
Because she controls the gold that she's put out into the world. So it's not just coming out of her. It's everything she's gilded in the ballroom comes to life and like consumes everybody in the ballroom.
She do be killing a lot of people.
She did kill some people, which she needs to grapple with in later books.
She do be killing a lot of people, and she is hearing their screams. So,
but most importantly, she killed Midas.
She did.
That man is dead. He is dead. I was really scared that he was gonna like somehow come back, but he is real dead.
Real dead. But
real dead.
She does not know how to control that much power and cannot stop. And it's killing her.
And Slade has to come and try to calm her down, and it doesn't work. And she tries to like push him out, and it's just like, let me die in this gold coffin. Like, I cannot control this gold. It's coming for you. I don't want you to die. And in order to save her and get her out, Slade rots her, which thank God we learned earlier in the book he can undo. But he has to rot her to effectively put her to sleep and like calm the magic so he can carry her out of Fifth Kingdom.
Yes.
And it is so emotional. And that's like literally where it ends, right? They're like running away on the bird wolf thing.
The timber wing.
Timber wing.
I love it, timber wing.
I love it. I'm in Spark of the Everflame, and they're called Gryverns. But yeah, Timberwing.
Mm-hmm. It's a Timberwing, and he's like pushing the Timberwing, and that's where it ends. And you don't know if like where everyone's going. Like he's just decided we gotta go. Everybody's gotta go. And so when Glow starts, it's him basically giving orders to everybody of here's where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
But he's just trying to get her out of there and try to get her to live.
Yes.
And that's where it ends. That's the cliffhanger is, does she live or does she die? So much happens in this book. And what's crazy is the first half of the book isn't boring. Things are happening. It's still a little unevenly paced. But then this last half of the book just like goes and goes and goes. And you're like, I'm going to have a fucking panic attack, Raven Kennedy, because like, you're just like slap, slap, slap. And you're like, please give me a break. Why didn't you space this out?
And it like does not slow down. From here to the end of book 6, it is a fucking wild ride.
Quick little note here.
What do we miss?
Osric has a lip ring?
Yeah, he does. Osric has a lip ring.
It's like dropped in there where they're like, hey, I want to bring my friend Rissa with me. And he calls her Rizza. And he's like, calls her Rizza, and then Aaron like notices his snarkiness because of his lip ring. And I was like, what in the 2009 boy, you bring me the horizon is this? And then he says, let's just kill her about Rizza. And I said, you bitch, I know what's going to happen between you two.
Yeah,
and I don't like that you just said that.
Yeah.
That stood out to me. We do learn more about Osric, and he's from First Kingdom, and he was a mercenary.
Yes.
We still TBD on Lou, but we know that she got some magic. Also in this book, we found out that Judd was a wanderer with sticky fingers. He was a thief.
Yeah.
So it's like the little tidbits of people really meant a lot to me. I wrote that Miss deserves whatever she's got coming to her.
She sure does.
She does. I'm sick of this shit. Because then when Midas dies, she shows up and she's like, oh my God, that's my baby daddy. And like Queen Kyla is like, that was my betrothed. Like, I hate you.
Yeah.
She's like, Queen Kyla doesn't realize that it's always been Aaron's power. She thinks her brother Manu puts in Queen Kyla's head that Aaron could have magic, and her magic is that she takes other people's magic.
And with her power, Kyla starts a whisper campaign.
Yes.
That Aaron is out here stealing magic powers, and that also she murdered everybody, which is kind of true, but also like Midas started it. So
Hundo-P. Yep. And so she's kind of like, this is what we're going to do. And then Queen Kyla says, I'm going to show everybody how wonderful
be a leader.
I am. I'm going to be a leader, and I'm going to, you guys, it's okay. I've got it.
I'm here.
I'm here. And then that's the end of her story for now until we get into Glow.
Do you have a favorite quote?
I think I do. My favorite quote, and I believe we have the same favorite quote, is, and I've audibly gasped when I heard this, is, you're not the villain in my story, said by Aaron. And Slade says, I am, but I'll be the villain for you, not to you. Which was so sweet.
Sweet.
What a great way to write, like, no, I'm not the best person in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
But I will always be good to you, and I will defend you until my dying breath.
I also, love. Runner-up for me is when Slade says that Aaron is always choosing Midas, and Aaron says, I don't choose him, not anymore, I choose me. And Slade says, good, because I'm choosing you too.
Yeah.
It makes me really happy. It's also the first time Aaron is like, actually, no, like, I am a person, and I am standing on my own 2 feet, and I am not choosing Midas. I don't know what I'm choosing yet, but, like, I do know that I'm choosing me.
I do have big mad here. Something made me big mad.
Do you remember what it was?
It was the drugging. That whole sequence was just like, oh my God, give me a break, dude.
It really
like,
feels insurmountable, like the amount of rage that I felt about Midas. Interesting, because this is obviously the 3rd book. So Adis has been built as this huge, like, monolith of a person, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's not even final boss. Like,
No.
what is gonna happen in the next 3 books? Because
He's
he's dead. He will
dead.
dead in the middle of the series. So, like, where are we going?
There's so much about this book that when I was going into it, I was like, okay, motherfuckers, let's go because of where Glint ended.
Mhm.
I really appreciated the stakes of this third
Yeah.
book way higher.
Yes.
Now, is there still things in every romantasy book that's like, what are we doing? Sure.
Sure. Why wouldn't there
Sure.
be? It wouldn't be romantasy without them, to be honest.
We don't need it to always make sense.
Yeah.
Like, save that for your high fantasy Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah.
we're just girls. We just want to be girls. That's
I think
it.
we did it. I think
That's
we
it
did
of
it.
the recap.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, though, I do want to talk about something that we haven't talked about yet with Guild. Because we're a fan casting podcast,
Yeah.
and we're going to do the fan cast like we said next time, guys. Good thing, because this was a long episode. I knew
I
we
was
had a lot
looking
to
at our
talk about.
time and I was like, wow, could you imagine if we were about to dive into a casting right now? I would lose my mind.
Oh my God, I would start crying. Absolutely not. I would be
Mhm.
like, I gotta leave,
Yeah, we gotta
please. We gotta
go. I gotta go
go.
to bed.
Um, but before we do go to bed,
Mhm.
there is an exciting thing happening with Guild that we haven't talked about. The rights have been purchased as of 2022. This has already happened a
Yeah.
while ago. The rights have been purchased to
For a
make it a
TV show.
a
Mhm.
TV series.
Yeah.
Fun fact I've learned today, the rights were purchased by Mandalay Television
Mhm.
of Mandalay Entertainment,
Okay.
who is founded by former Sony Pictures Television boss Peter Gruber. I
Hmm.
work for Sony.
Mm.
People did not know that and did not sleuth enough on the internet about me or haven't listened to any of these episodes. That is where I work. He used to work there in television. He now works for this Mandalay Entertainment. Unfortunately, and this is where I get worried,
Mm.
he also was the brains behind the I Know What You Did Last Summer television series that came out a few years ago.
Okay.
That was a series that our department had worked on even before my time when I started working there, and it was canceled after one season.
Okay. In the interest of my drinking game, I just have to point out that I Know What You Did Last Summer. The movie stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, who is also in 911.
And who's in 911?
Oliver Stark.
Perfect. Take a drink, motherfuckers.
Thanks so much.
She did it. Okay, and then the showrunner is Kate Rorick.
Ooh, I
She
know that name.
Yes. So she is actually one of the writers for Marvel's Cloak and Dagger.
That's why I know that name. I like Marvel.
Yes. So she is one of the writers for that. I feel like she will be a really good fit. Now,
Mhm.
that showrunner was announced last March.
Yeah.
So quite literally a year from a couple days ago.
Mhm.
And since then, there hasn't been any development, but those are where the rights still lie. There hasn't been any changes. I don't know if what Mandalay works with a streamer.
Mhm.
My personal feelings is that it should end up on Netflix.
Yeah.
I feel like Netflix is going to be the right home for it based on the series cadence. I hope that we get a little bit more development, but what's really hard is like shows like this is like they'll announce the rights, it goes into pre-production,
Mhm.
it goes into, all of the phases of the writer's room. As of right now, there's no writer's room,
Sure.
there's no casting. That stuff's not happening yet. So it could be a bit. Now, is this series done?
Done. Yeah.
Okay.
The
So
only thing
that's
that I've
helpful.
heard her say is that she might write a like spin-off of a character who sort of just doesn't feel quite finished at the end, but it's not a main character.
Okay.
It would be a spin-off of a
Okay.
character.
That it being finished is helpful. Maybe they're making it a way that it's going to make sense. Like they really have to
Yeah.
get through all of it. So I'm a little sad to not have anything to report within the last
Mhm.
year, but I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited for our fan casting
Mhm.
next week,
Yeah, should we share
guys.
which characters we're gonna do?
Yes,
Okay.
Emily, take it away. Who are
Yeah.
we casting next week in
So
part 2 of this
we have
episode?
already done Aaron. Midas, Queen Melina, Digby, Sale, Mist, Rissa, Polly, and Slade.
Yes, and we will
So-
recap who those people are chosen by the popular votes at the top of that episode.
And then for Gleam, we are focusing on the happenings of Fifth Kingdom, and we will cast the Wrath. So Lou, Judd, Osric, and Riot, as well as Hojat, Keg, Queen Kyla, and Manu.
Another full plate, guys.
Yeah, really long episode.
Yes. Very excited. We'll see you guys then next week for our fan cast. We hope you enjoyed this recap. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channels. Hit us up on the Instagram. We really want to interact with a lot more of you guys. So get in there. We want to talk to you. We love it.
Let us know if we cast it wrong or right.
So make sure that you're following us on our socials. It's very important. And with that, we shall leave you, and we will see you next time. To all you she's, the he's, the they's, the gays, the shadow daddies, and the fays, goodbye.
Bye.